risky responses. The first thing I want to say is, this is the way real people assess dogs. This isn't my assessment. This is how real people do it. And I want you to see how that goes, because notice the tight leashes. Notice there's a retractable leash. This was at a farmer's market. Cute, two very cute dogs. Shake off. This is some standoff, and I'll talk about responses later. Just want you to see how it's done by real people. And of course, it's not really scary. It's not really scary when you have a dachshund mix and a pug, right? If you had two giant Great Danes that were straining at the end of the leash, it could. Okay, so is the video blurry for people as well? I don't know why that would be. Yeah, it's blurry, it looks good, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna proceed on. Why it would be blurry. And I'm gonna continue on, and I'll show you I'm scrolling, so don't be panicking about this. So this is New York City, a street corner on New York City, and this is how real people assess dogs. It's an adult Chihuahua mix. The video's bad, don't worry. Adult Chihuahua mix meeting a 12-week-old mini Australian Shepherd puppy. And I'm filming this because I'm supposed to meet my sister, who lives in New York City, on the street corner. She lives in New York City with a Chihuahua mix she adopted from me. And that's her, after I have told her time and time again, do not subject your Chihuahua to dogs that you don't know, even though it's a puppy, because this puppy is actually really intimidating and taking space from little Tilly. Now, little Tilly has seen me, and she's crying out for help from her Aunt Sue, or godmother Sue. Anyway, there they are. There's my sister. This was an indoor mall in New York City. It had started to thunderstorm outside, so a whole bunch of people poured into the lobby of the mall, and I filmed this dog-to-dog interaction. So this is how real people do it. To me, the person who has the little Shiba Inu looks like he is worried about his dog's responses because he's petting and sort of distracting. Real life is terrifying, okay? I don't know about you, but it's a terrifying interaction. It's some random little girl going up to the dogs while they're meeting in a really tense way. Okay, so listen, you are going to. Oh, okay, people are screaming. Yes, thank you. I'm screaming too. And I love that you guys are interacting. You're so awesome, really, thank you. Okay, so this next is a test. I've not taught you anything yet, but I need you to use your gut skills and your observation skills. I'm gonna ask you to do some assessments on the fly. And I want you to vote in the chat, okay? Again, in the chat, not anywhere else. Don't raise your hand, don't use the Q&A, in the chat. So here's the scenario. There is a dog who was adopted out by a shelter, and they had the dog not very long, and they took the dog to a local dog park, which is what people do, and a smaller dog ran up to, both these dogs are big, a smaller dog ran up to this particular dog, and this dog growled, lunged, and I think attacked but didn't kill. And so you're going to see two dogs here, and you have to guess which one fits that profile. One of the two dogs that you're seeing has that history, and the other does not. One is a pit bull, white with cropped ears. The other one is kind of a big sort of Shepherdy Pyrenees, big sort of medium coat dog. Okay, so that's going to be your test. All right. And so you get to see, again, of adult female, I call her Shepherd mix, that's her. And both the dogs are adults, meaning they're 3 years or older. That's her. And then you're going to see, this is another shelter doing their assessment. And I don't want you to, it does not about the assessment, it's about the dogs and their behavior. So you get to see her for a while, and then you're going to see the pit bull come in, and then they're going to approach and get close, and then I want you to vote in the chat. So this is dog number 1, and you get to see her. And here comes dog number 2. So they're both large dogs. Okay. And okay, so they're seeing each other at a distance. Okay, it's going to be really bad. Really both of them. Yeah. Okay, now I'd like you to vote in the chat. We've got to vote for the bully shepherd. I'm going to just scroll. We've got a lot of votes. Love you all. I'm going to guess it's pretty even. Interesting. Pretty even. Cool. How many of you felt a little bit like vomiting while you were watching that? Yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna move on, and I will tell you in a second. So your next assessment assignment is to assess. What we have here is a big dog, small dog risk. And good, some people are vomiting. I see that in the chat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just go off screen. So you're going to get less than 10 seconds. And I want you to quickly throw into the chat whether you would let this, it's sort of a medium-sized dog and a tiny dog, whether you would let them meet. They're both on leash. And would you let them continue to meet? The risk goes up, right, with a big and a small dog. And then I'm going to show you another big and small dog scenario, and I want you to vote. All right, so here's assessment number 1, and it goes by quickly. I'll play it a few times, so don't panic.